No one expected it. Not the fans. Not the staff. And certainly not Lee Min-ho himself. The man known for his composure, his calm, his effortless control in front of every camera. But on one quiet night, away from the flashing lights and the polished smiles, something raw broke through. A moment that would shake the internet. A moment that reminded everyone. Even stars can ache for what once was. It began with a short clip. Grainy, dimly lit, almost ordinary. But within seconds, it spread across the internet like wildfire. Lee Min-ho, alone in his home theater, watching Kim Go-eun's old drama, Goblin. And somewhere between the scenes, between the laughter and heartbreak playing on the screen, he started to cry. The world froze. Because Lee Min-ho never cried in public. Not at fan meetings. Not during interviews. Not even at award ceremonies where others broke down. He was always a strong one. The reliable face of calm and charisma. But that night, something cracked. And fans couldn't stop asking, why that drama? Why her? And why now? It's been years since the king, eternal monarch. Years since he and Kim Go-eun last shared a screen. But their connection had never truly faded. It lingered in interviews, in quiet glances, in that unmistakable tenderness that neither could fake. For those who have followed their story, this video felt like a confession without words. In the clip, Min-ho sits back on the couch, dressed casually, gray hoodie, black cap, no makeup, no filter. The glow from the screen reflects softly against his face. On the TV, Kim Go-eun's voice fills the room. Her scene in Goblin, the one where she says goodbye to the love she can never have. Her eyes glisten, her voice trembles, her pain feels real. And then the camera pans back to Min-ho. He's motionless at first. Then, slowly his jaw tightens. His hand moves to his face. He wipes his eyes once, twice, as if fighting something he doesn't want the world to see. But it's too late. Someone, a friend perhaps, or an assistant, had been recording quietly, not to invade, but to capture what they saw, a man watching a woman he once knew, remembering a version of himself he had lost. Within hours, the video went viral. The caption read, Lee Min-ho cried while watching Kim Go-eun's old scene. Love never truly ends. The comments exploded. He still loves her. You can see it. That's not just nostalgia, that's regret. She was his muse. You don't cry like that over just anyone. The clip spread to every platform. Fan compilations appeared, pairing his tears with their old interview clips, their soft laughter, their quiet chemistry. And while some dismissed it as coincidence, just an emotional moment from a good drama, others knew better. Because Lee Min-ho wasn't watching just a drama. He was watching a memory. For him, Kim Go-eun wasn't simply a co-star. She was a calm in his storm. The person who saw him not as a superstar, but as a man. During The King, she had grounded him. Where others treated him like a legend, she spoke to him like an equal. Where others feared his fame, she met his gaze without hesitation. She once said in an interview, Lee Min-ho makes people comfortable. He has a warmth you don't expect. And he had smiled when he heard that, because she saw the part of him that fame often hid. The boy who still believed in love, not contracts. But life, as always, had other plans. The pressure of the spotlight, the endless schedules, the management teams, the unspoken rule that two stars of their magnitude could never really be together. So they drifted apart. Quietly, respectfully, painfully, he focused on global projects. She chose smaller, more emotional roles. Their paths diverged, but their story never ended. And maybe, on that night, it all came back to him. Maybe that single scene, her voice trembling, her eyes glistening, reminded him of everything they never said out loud. In the video, after wiping his tears, Min-ho whispered something under his breath. The audio is faint, but fans enhanced it, and what they claimed to hear made the internet explode again. I should have stayed. 3 words, barely audible, but powerful enough to reignite years of unanswered questions. Was he talking about her? Was it guilt, regret, or just the echo of a love that never healed? His agency quickly responded, a short statement saying he was simply moved by an emotional scene. But fans weren't convinced, because everyone knew there are thousands of emotional scenes in Korean dramas. Why that one? Why hers? And why did his eyes linger on the screen long after credits rolled? In the following days, something unusual happened. Kim Go-eun posted a photo on her social media, a quiet picture of a sunset with a caption that read, "Some stories don't end. They rest." No hashtags, no explanation. Just that, within minutes, her comments were flooded with messages. Is this about him? Did you see the video? Please, just tell us you're okay. She didn't reply, but she didn't delete it either. And that silence spoke louder than any confirmation. Behind the cameras, close friends reportedly said that the two hadn't spoken in a long time, not because of anger, but because of fear. Fear that reopening old doors might bring back a storm neither was ready for. But fate has its way of circling back. A few weeks later, both were invited to the same industry event, a private gala celebrating Korean cinema. They were seated at different tables, but the tension was palpable. Cameras captured a brief moment. Min-ho looking across the room, his gaze softening for just a second. Go-eun smiling politely as she turned her head away, her eyes glimmering. It lasted only a moment, but to fans who knew their history, it felt like the world had stopped again. Online forums buzzed with speculation. Had they talked backstage? Had he apologized? Had she forgiven him? No one knew, but everyone felt it. The quiet energy of two people still bound by something unspoken. And maybe that's what the video truly revealed. Not scandal, not drama, but humanity. A reminder that even those who seem untouchable can still feel deeply. That even a superstar like Lee Min-ho could sit alone, watching an old drama, and remember the woman who once made him believe in something real. His tears weren't weakness. They were memory. They were longing. They were the price of being human in a world that expects you to be perfect. Kim Go-eun, on her part, has always spoken gently about her co-stars. Never gossip, never bitterness. When asked about love, she once said, "Real love doesn't always fit into life's timing." But that doesn't make it less true. Maybe she was talking about him. Maybe not. But either way, those words feel like an answer to the question the world has been asking since that video surfaced. Because sometimes love doesn't need to last to be real. Sometimes it just needs to be remembered. In the days following the viral clip, Lee Min-ho remained silent. No public statement. No clarification. Just stillness. Until one night, he posted something unexpected. A simple photo, the reflection of a TV screen. The show playing? Goblin. And beneath it, his caption read, "Some stories find you when you need them most." No tags, no explanation, just emotion. And that was enough. The world connected the dots. The video, the tears, the timing, everything aligned. Fans flooded his comments with love, understanding, and empathy. You don't have to explain, we understand. Real love never dies. Sometimes, missing someone is the most